pickup times/locations were confirmed the night before, and Jeff and our driver/guide Freedom arrived even a little early so we could promptly get on the road. It was a long ride, about 3 hours, to the Slave River. Freedom pointed out places of interest along the way. A stretch of the highway is under construction and unpaved, so we had to take that part slowly and it was very bumpy, a note for those easily carsick. We did stop for a quick breakfast on the way. Once we arrived at the river, a tour was just starting, so we joined it. Our guide there was very knowledgeable and took us through the tour, giving us facts and scenarios along the way so we could put ourselves in our ancestors' positions in our minds. It was a full circle and reverent experience. Next was another hour and change down the road to Elmina Castle. Another heart-wrenching tour learning about what our ancestors went through before being loaded onto the ships to their new destinations. Once that was done, we ate at the on-site restaurant for lunch. We did quickly stop by the Cape Coast Castle area to get a look at the building, but it was getting late, so we got back on the road home. Freedom was a great driver and guide, and answered all of our questions. He also provided some tidbits of knowledge and briefed us at each stop before we exited the vehicle, which was really helpful. This was an amazing and humbling experience. As a descendant of slaves/member of the diaspora, it was quite a meaningful experience to walk barefoot where my ancestors were forced to walk, stand barefoot in the river where they had their last bath, and stand in the dungeons where they were locked before leaving the continent. Words truly can't do justice to convey the meaningfulness of this experience. The tour guides at each location were absolutely amazing. They were so knowledgeable and shared the history with passion and compassion and reverence to the souls of our ancestors. I know that I will never have another travel-related experience that will top this experience. This tour is an absolute must for members of the diaspora visiting Ghana. This tour started super early, but it was necessary. Our guide, Frank, was on time and engaging. He made sure we were good and took photos for our group. He also answered questions we had, even those unrelated to the tour. The trip to the Assin Manso Slave River was humbling. To experience it as well as be well educated about what occurred was very well received by myself and my friends. The tour guide for that portion of the trip was so good. Then we visited both the Elmina and Cape Coast dungeons. It was super emotional to learn of the atrocities my ancestors faced. What they endured was horrific, and yet they were not broken. I am honored to have these connections to my roots. Please be aware at the time of this review the roads to the coast were basically non-existent, so if you have motion sickness, be prepared. Otherwise, we highly recommend this tour.